of slight change to Reyna that Thief might not be as uncomfortable with. Although he always played Jet on this map too, so it's kind of interesting. And then on the other side, FaZe, they only have that one Sentinel in Sage. They are not playing the standard double Sentinel, Sage and Killjoy that everybody else is playing on this map.
So just underneath the chat of the Nerd Street Gamers logo, we saw that somebody forgot to turn their skins on, and he said it was crucial to his gameplay. Don't know who that is, but we'll hopefully see momentarily. The pistol underway. Ladies and gentlemen, LG versus FaZe. And things have started off quickly. FaZe already on this A site. The wall was used to try to stop them for now. For the moment, they've got this control. Spike about to be planted. Another wall here going to go up here, but this time it's FaZe stopping the connection from that back site. Ooh, opening pick as well. Traded here for Marved. Now the 4v4.
It's a backstab from Thief. Marvin actually puts him down, but Dre's there at the same time. Now, there's a big fight. Baby Bay holds on for a little bit, so 1 versus 1, and I'm not sure if they know Raucus is coming through against Dre on the backside. He is there. It screens. 5 HP escapes.
Oh, your boy Dre. There's the paranoia. 5 HP, that's all he has, but he has to defuse the spike. And look who it is, Raucus. No time for an assist. He's got the frag, and that's the first initial pistol for FaZe.
And straight onto the A site. I think we're definitely going to see a lot of that given the two styles and they clash. They will do it over and over. Fight fire with fire towards the A site because so many of these sight lines are hard to block and you can scale very, very effectively in a lot of space on that A site. So winning the pistol, that's very good. LG does not have the appropriate response that they had in the first two challengers, which was Stinger, Armor, go, go, go. Standing ahead. Actually have to play it a little slower and just eco it out.
Owl Drone as well as the push forward. Baby Bay ready for his tailwind. He actually tailwinds onto yellow, gets a higher sight line here. Like being planted, the wall is up at a little bit of an angle, and Marv just gonna go in quite deep. Finds Moose. Baby Bay with the Marshall. Boy Dre does trade things out, but that was the player holding off the flank from the attacker spawn.
So much congestion down this middle lane right now. Marv just gotten his way all the way down. While Stellar picks up another one with just a pistol. Hopefully Marv will be able to actually... Oh, he's actually gonna have some trigger discipline. Gets the one on the back, and he falls as well. So this round expensive for FaZe.
Uh-oh, that's trouble. Corey with the paint shell. Baby Bay back. Sight your boy Dre with 3. The man's already got 2 3Ks in a row. Despite that, Corey will survive, and FaZe will continue on with another round, but that was expensive for FaZe.
Yeah, it was. Losing so many. At least they win the round, but that bonus is erased at this point. They're going to buy back into it, and it's even ground for economy. We'll have to see what the idea for them now is going to be. We've seen so much kind of unlocked with the Sage pick, being able to go down mid and effectively get the spike down on both sides. We'll see what they choose to do. So far, so good for FaZe, but that round definitely a very messy one going onto the B site. Looks like a start towards A, though.
Baby Bay, once again, leading that charge. He's supported here by Zachary. Slow movement down. Your boy Dre anchoring down the site. He's in deep. The rest of the team's still going to be rotating off of that mid side and spawn. Your boy Dre with the spray. Moose finds an opening pick. That spike's planted, and now the onus is on LG to push in. Corey with an aggressive angle through the maze here. Paranoia pushes them back. Shots going to continue, but still it's this back and forth.
And that's not a resable kill on the site, so they have to play the post plant. I'm not sure if they still have paint shells available for this. There's going to be a wall up. Hopefully a half defuse in here for LG. The fight's going on. A Proto with 3, and Stellar wipes it down too, and they get the round. Finally here, a gun round 1 for LG, straight off the bats, right after that eco, and that's going to force them on eco. No bonus available for FaZe because of the last round.
71% of you think LG is going to come away with this map. FaZe selected this one. They started off hot, winning the pistol, winning that second round conversion, but their economy is in a very tough spot, Bala. This is a great momentum builder for LG, and especially off of a flawless round, not losing a single weapon. puts them in a very good spot to continue this. You see FaZe here down to the classics. Minimal weaponry. No armor either. It's going to be a tough round for them.
And Baby on the Sheriff, same as Zachary.
Standing ahead.
Dart over towards mid. This is a different approach. Smoke down though. So Moose has to just spam through. It's actually a shock dart to keep him off. They wait though. Baby Bay also by himself over towards A, working the angles himself. We do have a proto here. We just had a huge round to clean them up as they went up into A on the retake. If you can find one, back off and do the exact same thing, things are going to be okay.
Enemy mark.
All this information that Raucus can't find that last player though. Now the plant coming through, a couple of extra credits.
Planted.
It'll be easy for FaZe to pick up, and the positioning is quite aggressive. Baby Bay in the smoke, running off the screen's rotations. Shot won't connect. The lockdown will push them back, and that's going to give space for LG to now push forward.
Yeah, they should be able to get into the site, no problem. Nothing's going to destroy that. No Hunter's Fury or anything. No paint shells. So they get in the site, but now they have to deal with 5 FaZe members who just have sheriffs and pistols to deal with. And look at the flank from Corey. They could actually get a gun though here.
Oh, that's a little bit tight, but they're pushing forward. They don't even find anything here for Corey. The flank was almost masterful. The trigger discipline. Raze. Steve manages to blast back straight into danger. That'll be a flawless round for them. But now the gun round for FaZe to answer back.
Quick use of the ult as well for a pro to lock down right away, knowing that, yeah, it's probably not a good idea to face the site, especially when I have this tool available to me. If I force them all the way into the nest, into the cage, back side of A, up on top of Belt, then we could fight in a very advantageous position. We'll have another gun round now. Raucus investing into an operator, actually. So that's an interesting choice now. He's going to push up onto the Belt with the recon bolt. Maybe be able to spam through against the proto with the bolt. No. Scaling back over towards A once again. Slow orbs and a proto. No lockdown this time.
Despite putting it down, he is 3 points in. So the lockdown's not going to be too far away, but not this round for certain. Owl drone here. And of course the nano swarms to follow suit. Not going to allow that angle, but the wall goes up, hoping for safe passage to get in, get that spike planted. And a proto still trying to do some extra chip damage, find a couple of heads peeking up through the wall. Now LG will have to face the retake here against FaZe.
Evolution of this push A strategies over and over in NA. Just playing close up this time. Zachary tries, but Baby Bay falls beforehand. He goes up on top as well and falls too. All left up to Raucus and his operator. And already on top of 410 is Thief. So quick work again, LG. They find basically the keys to this round as they come onto A. The first gun round that they did it, then the eco, and then this one too. It looks like a proto just backing off and saying, yeah, let's just retake after they plant the spike down. We get that wall where we can kind of feint in the fact that we're going to have defuse, and it's easy from there.
And I think your options are either play on site or play off site and try to chip them away as they're looking for the defuse. And FaZe, for the past couple of rounds, have opted in for staying boots on the ground, trying to fight LG. They might need to change that up ever so slightly just so that they have the opportunity to A, survive, and then B, fight for the retake of the retake and not allow LG to have a lot of that space.
But you can definitely see that evolution I was mentioning. The fact that these guys are playing a lot more passively, letting the fight come to them after the spike has been planted is a far cry from where we were even a couple weeks ago. We were challenging every time on the sites. Nice shot from Corey down the tube. That actually opens something up because you instantly see how Moose has to rotate to cover the kitchen. Proto also droned off. Slow's coming in. They're going to take the site again.
Smoke down. Here comes the Hunter's Fury, though. It's Raucus trying to clear out a proto, and the shots from Zachary off to the side. Eventually, a proto will fall. Down to 3 here for LG. Early tag, another wall goes up. They lost that initial player through the kitchen, and a proto fell as well. Now this is going to be a little bit more difficult for LG. Like ticking. He's going to start the push forward. Slow orb down, Baby Bay, crispy shot. This Thrifty is starting to come to fruition. Flank for Corey, Baby Bay's down. Now the 3v2, another shot for Thief. One more around the bend. Paint shells as well. Indiana Jones up above, but the treasure is hidden. It is not easy to find, but the defuse, it's not quite there. Thief will fall, and it's a Thrifty for FaZe.
So scrappy in the final moments of this round. It all started off with a nice shot down the tube. That opens up a little bit more space where Rockus is able to hunt his Fury down a Proto. And then the trades begin. Thief starts to do Thief things. Almost steals the round, but no. They stay true to it. Zachary up on top, and then the final kill coming in from Rockus to save the day. Thrifty, and they tie it up 3-3. Starting to kind of figure out how LG is playing this site, where a Proto is favoring. This time it's completely switched for LG though. A Proto all the way over towards the B side in mid.
A lot of conditioning has been built up for FaZe. A lot of A hits, a couple of B hits here and there, and on lighter buys, the FaZe, they sense this site can be easily exploited, and so far they've had a lot of success at least getting the spike down, so anticipating that to come through quite easily. But
FaZe already down at hell. Like, he's already underneath heaven quickly. Response from Moose Hunter's Fury to try to delay the spike, and he does. Rock is now only putting it down. Paint shells to recover a little bit of space, but Baby Bay in this advanced position, he didn't find anything.
Yep, now here comes the showstopper right on over. Thief with the dunk, a couple of trades. Now the 4v4 with the res in for Marv, but that's the bait. The spray's good, the trade. Marv with 2, and still LG have to fight for the spike with another trade. It's Stellar for Corey, a Proto. Last one standing to swing around, and it's Corey to seal the fate onto a Proto. Another round here for FaZe, and they'll take the lead.
It feels like sometimes they just have some tool to be able to retake this. LG does. The first time they lost that site, it was the lockdown from a Proto. This time it was Thief with the showstopper. But FaZe hold on thanks to Marv having tools of his own. You see some power of Sage there. Resurrection available, and he gets the 2K off of it and brings the round in for FaZe. 4-3, they have the lead, and they have definitely a read on this A site. LG trying to switch things up and send a Proto on the other side, a game plan clearly, but Baby Bay already starting to push down that lane.
A little bit of a different look, and you see how antsy LG is. Boots on the ground on the A site, 3 members strong, and the conditioning works out well. FaZe over towards this B site. Early pick comes easy for Marv, and now the spike's being planted.
They just get in and run through, no matter what, early on in the round, and LG in some cases are not ready for it. Stella though ready for Zachary. Baby Bay's down the lane though. Almost takes the fight as well, but backs off instead. Thief now has to deal with it. Marv in the corner. Is there gonna be a paint shells? Yes. And it does find Marv. Rock is still up top, and he finds 2 more after the first. Make it 4. FaZe have found so many gaps, and they're just going straight for them.
You know, we talked about Rockus and Zachary being great supportive players. Rockus, you didn't have to do him like that, a 4K on the round, but really, you highlighted it, the cracks in the play, great positioning. You even saw Zachary push up towards that lane to Kitchen early on, and Rockus just held that top side of the box as well, and it puts FaZe in such an aggressive position. Usually teams plant and they back off of default.
So how do you keep them off early on in the round? Is there anything that you can do to slow them down? Here we go, Stellar on this side of B to push the lane back. And we also have an operator from Moose on the A side, so he can... No, he falls instantly to Corey. The danger of FaZe, these guys will duel you with an op. No problem. Thief in a duel 2 against Corey. Who's gonna win this one? Thief doesn't even take it instead. Confidence in heaps for FaZe. LG trying to find some way to slow them down, but they won't. Again, wall down, nanoswarms out. That's a little bit of a delay, but the spike is going to go down eventually.
See 3 members strong here for LG. Looking for faster rotates and faster committals. Make sure that FaZe doesn't get the quick jump, but for the first time, we're seeing FaZe pull a pump fake. Initial B action, but heading over to A, and your boy Dre's in a good position to try to stop this.
First, not anything more than that through the gates. Zachary also ults away because he had it all the way back at yellow. He kept all three of them in this for the time. There's going to be a possible res available on the retake if they can force them back like they did it with that lockdown round. And they do have lockdown, but Marv has his res as well.
Uh-oh, he's going to take it down, but he can't! Thief! Oh my goodness! The lockdown is still available. The spike planter's down. It does get taken down by the Hunter's Fury, but Marv, he's looking for the plant, but he can't! And there's no time! 10 seconds left! The swing! Thief is just trying to keep the dreams alive here. Paint shell off the backboard, doesn't find the frag. There's an angle being held by Baby Bay, and he'll seal his fate again. 3 in the lead for FaZe.
They tried to dive down the lockdown. Thief is there to respond, but in the end, it doesn't matter. Marred with the res of their own. And the LG didn't even pick it up on Moose, who was down that entire time. You saw there was a potential time gap there where LG might have been able to run over to the A site and res him when your boy Dre had full control of B or A main. But they don't opt to go for it because of the pressure coming down for them at the B side. Corey, by the way, just fully challenging against Moose, who has a full op. And insta taps him down. This time we're back to old antics down on the A lane, I believe. Yep, a Protoss down, only a pistol for him. And thorough, too. Nice shot from Moose, but Corey is already up into heaven.
Does drop down, spike being planted again, the same positions in Baby Bay. Watching the flank thief, up to no good, does back away. Again, FaZe in a very good position, and that wall has been deadly. It gives them a lot of space to work up on the rafters there. They can play this how they want. It allows Marv to get this early pick. This is the aggression, the position that they would like on the gun versus gun round, but this is slowly edging over to LG. The resurrection comes through. Baby Bay, oh, he's off the angle. Now the 1v3. There's the showstopper. This should be his fate. Shots good onto your boy Dre. One more. He tailwinks to safety. Still the 1v2. Spike needs to be defused, and nobody's doing it yet. The Bucky's not going to work out. Down to 1. Stellar will find the frag, and LG salvage a thrifty.
How did that happen? It looked like they got the site pretty easily, and all of a sudden they climb right back in. I guess they started off with that nice shot from Moose. But LG responded with the thrifty of their own. FaZe did it earlier. And they cut into the lead slightly. 6-4, 2 rounds to go in the half. And it's been explosive over and over and over. Quick time onto the sites. Not necessarily always finishing off with a spike plant. But in either case, LG have found something. And it starts with fighting against them as they come onto the site rather than fully retaking. Two down the lane this time. This is a different look for Thief and Stellar. Slow again available, but the drone is going to clear things out. They don't find Thief though, just Stellar.
Oh, good opening pick here for Baby Bay. Still, that was towards the mid side, but Thief in a great position. Now repositioning onto the split. The paint shell's going to make it difficult. He gets sprayed, but they're in a lot of trouble here. The paint shells will find still one more around the bend. Sees one. On green. He's got to get to safety. He's in a lot of trouble here. The paranoia, the blast spec does get him up and over. But still, FaZe. Spike's position towards this B site. They're letting Baby Bay get a lot of pressure towards this A site, but now the nano swarms pop and membership is being pulled over. Baby Bay is doing his job.
They've actually been doing a very good job of guessing which site they're going to with a Proto. Stellar gets information that they're still somewhere in this B lane, and he backs off from it too. Showstopper won't just catch him down at yellow. Round is slowed down significantly. Thief in the smoke. He might catch Baby Bay, who they know has gone off of A, even though he's wasted the utility of a Proto. He's going to go up the tube, and that does make things a little awkward for LG once the site hit does come.
Look at this boost for Stellar. He's got a great angle. Just trying to see who passes through, but he misses the timing. Still, showstopper available. Thief going to be safe and sound. The boost up onto yellow. Thief with a great angle onto Zachary. Still Baby Bay with the flank finds one. Still 2 players back to Snowman, and the spike hasn't been planted. Baby Bay takes down the boost. Still, the defense will win the round. The time has expired. They can't get the spike down, and we're in the last round of regulation.
Yeah, so that's kind of some classic FaZe there, but almost make it work in any case. Missed ult from Corey down onto Thief. Yet they still have the lead. They still have a potential to make this a 7-5 half, which would be quite good on Icebox. No matter which way you slice it. LG, though, known to have the same sort of style on this icebox attacking side, where they will push that A site, they will try to find the gaps, and they'll scale efficiently. Thief leading the charge in those cases, but Baby Bay knives out. A lot up on that belt. This man is such a nuisance when he gets Blade Storm up and active, but I feel like it's the first time he's actually used it this half.
Proto.
Not the case.
Those nano swarms pop, loses the duel to Corey. Still a player backside. It's your boy Dre, but the tailwind over once. Your boy Dre not gonna find him. Moose with another, but Marv with the backstab. Now the resurrection of Baby Bay comes through, but they're hoping to break down the wall. Baby Bay backing up. Let's get spotted. Another spray. Still in a little bit of a tougher spot. Doesn't have a weapon because of that Blade Storm, so he's just stuck with a classic. Stellar will be peeking his head up on the rafters. Marv will save Baby Bay from demise, but Thief is flanking into the opposite side, unpositioned, unaware, and caught off guard. Shots are good across the board. Marv with the flank will find the 3K, still now the 1v1. A showstopper available. Here it comes, here it goes, there it'll fly, and it's the shot from Marv. A clutch for him, a 4K, and a round for FaZe. We'll be right back after a short break to bring you half number 2. Whether you are FaZe up or LG loyal, one of your teams will move on to the grand finals, and we are entering into the second half of Icebox, a map selected by FaZe, and they're currently in the lead by 2, but that could very well change with this half.
It feels like Icebox has been LG's playground for so long, and by playground I literally mean the spot where they just throw sand at each other, and when you add FaZe in the mix as well, it feels like these guys are definitely full pedal to the metal. Aggression over and over. And nobody has stopped them, nobody to hold them back. We'll see if it's the same time, or same thing for LG. So far, a slow pistol round. Throwing up the B lane, but they back over towards A quickly. And that is where Corey and Raucus are hanging out. Dart doesn't spot anything, so they don't have an inkling right now. Possibly there's nobody peeking up belt.
About to explode. Shots good onto one. Can Corey find another? On the rope. But now they'll find the trade. Still Raucus on site. The frenzy available. Doesn't have anything else left in the tank. Does get spotted out. Thief knows where he is, playing underneath Hell. Can't quite find the frag. Can't find the opportunity there. It'll be sinking into the teeth. It's just down to 2 final players here for FaZe. Baby Bay is down. And the heavy shoulders of Zachary will not be enough to lift FaZe out of that deficit. And LG will clean up that round quick and clear to start their journey to tie us back up.
2 pistol rounds now, 1 for LG, so they've been studying, they've been theory crafting on how to actually work through this one. And it's just by walking up into the crossfire that we had Corey and Raucus try to play on. And they win it again. So they'll have the opportunity now to tie things up. There is no force for FaZe, no armor. Just 1 sheriff purchased on the hands of Corey. I guess just loves to have light armor on that 3rd gun round, or on the 1st gun round. So he's doing it over and over, but he is good for 1 most of the time. Proto spots out the push. Very, very early from Marv's. Down the tube. And he'll back way up over towards A and stack that site. It's just Zachary all by himself on the V site. Only a classic 2. They drone it out and maybe they realize the situation.
I think for LG, it's quite smart up against FaZe to play the default early on. I think Icebox is a little bit of a tougher map to play the default, but you know, in comparison to a map like Haven, just sit tight and hold the angles. But for here, a bit difficult. They found that early player, but does retreat back to the kitchen. First pick here for Moose. Look at that spike planted. FaZe are going to start their rotates off of the heavy commitment over towards the A site. Shots good onto 1. Another should come easy. Your boy Dre. There's another. 1, 2. There's going to be the 3rd. Will he find the 4th? Yes, sir. Give it to him in kind, and we're all tied up 7-7.
Yeah, definitely a change of pace for LG on the attack side. I expected maybe a little bit fast given what we just saw from FaZe, but LG clearly learned and has been studying. They go to the defaults. And it works out in kind. Beautiful stuff from your boy Dre. I also love how Thief is utilizing the top of that yellow box. They can then peek the nest as the wall goes down. jointly, one from the below and one from up top, also clearing all the way up to the door, so there's no paint shells or anything coming out from the kitchen side. Once again, very thorough. So it's all tied up. First gun round now. Corey, just the light armor, but he's got a Vandal, so you know how this works out for him. And they actually get information that there's two there from one drone, as they shot it at the same time. No info from the Owl drone. And there's a response. Raucous. Once again, they still know that FaZe is, or LG is slowly lurking up.
No one on the FaZe front have decided to push up. Still have Marv holding the angle. Early pick for Baby Bay. That's a great start off of LG's bonus here. Taking down one. How much more will be found? Breakthrough Thief on the site, looking for that spike plant. FaZe, they're on site. Not playing for the retake quite yet. They're still here. They're still ready to send those shots in. Baby Bay is down with Moose. 4v4. Retake officially starting to commence underway. Marv finds one onto Thief, but still, LG are playing close. They're playing tight. The wall goes up. Marv trying to boost on over, but Moose through the smoke. As it'll clear, he will find a pick. There's the trade. A couple more come through. And FaZe 1, 2, and 3 across the board on all fronts. FaZe will answer back with their gun round.
I love that from Zachary, pushing up on top or through the rope. And as he spots one, he goes to safety, but he uses the wall to spam through to close out the round. So FaZe respond back exactly how they did last time. They got 3 in a row. We'll see what they can do on this side. Super strong play for them overall so far on the map. Still, I know there's still FaZe doubters out there, but when you see them 8-7 on LG on map number 1 of this upper bracket final, definitely have to start looking a little deeper, I think. Corey and Baby Bay on the A site. He's going to peek very, very aggressively over top of 410. Baby Bay also knives out. No information yet really gained, except this Boombot will see that there's nothing in that A main. That might be an opportunity for them to take a little bit more space or rotate early and gamble. Because look at Thief, once again up on top of White Box.
It's also a mid-round wall from Marv to stop any push from Kitchen. If that does end up breaking, they will know and they'll be able to tell if the push is coming in from Tube. So they can eliminate the potential A push, at least early round. They can see a couple of players towards this B site, and hopefully FaZe will try to attempt to pinch them. And you see Corey's position, he's ready for the flank, but still, there is a Proto that is holding off any rotations that might come from underneath the tube.
Feels like an NA, except if you're playing against Genji, you could basically not even bother with the tube. Just put a alarm bot up at the top. Of course, not available for FaZe. So they have to cover it. And with the wall, that's what they have to spend it. You've seen LG use their wall to retake B, to put it in front so they can get the defuse on post plants. With 20 seconds left right now, Baby Bay has to hold strong. He's going to dive over to 410. Yes, takes down the spike. It goes for more.
Oh!
He gets Steve.
Oh my goodness, Baby Bay, but still the action continues. They have to get that spike planted. Raucous is here being a nuisance. The tag on the spike carrier, they're coming in, they're not allowing that to be planted. Your boy Dre, he's running out of time and he will run out of it completely. The sand hits the bottom of the glass and FaZe win the round.
Unbelievable from Baby Bay to hold on there. And I also love how when they spot him out in the backside, he instantly dashes over to 410 and here gets Stellar down. That's the spike. Finds the second somehow. Right on the legs of Thief with the right click. And Dre has to scramble to get this spike down. He just does not have the time with Stellar continuing to push around the corner. Or Marv's continuing to push around the corner in that case.
Revealing area.
Wow. So that is now 2 rounds in a row for FaZe. They could make it 3 with the round conversion here, and it's already starting off very strong.
It's a tough buy here for LG, and I don't think it's quite working out. Seeing FaZe push the extremities, they know the situation, they know what's going on. They use that early Roomba clear. We'll have to pay attention to that consistently. That is a very unique way to tell how fast that A main push is coming through. Okay, Moose, okay. All right. Moose, 1v4. 8 HP and Marv the classic, but Voila, they smoke off above pipes. They get, you know, Baby Bay sending a couple of pre-fire shots, but then Corey, he jumps up onto pipes, he sends a Roomba in, and that allows FaZe to make the decision, do we push A main aggressively, or do we just back off and play a little bit more passively? I love that they have the ability to make that decision against LG.
That's kind of been the default story for them on this defense side. It's been doing that every single time. Corey over top of the pipes. Maybe Bay to back him up if it does go haywire, but LG have actually backed away from destroying that, which we saw in the first gun round out. We got a lot of information. They switch Corey over on this other side though, and yep, spots a little bit more Zachary with the one way. They're not going to push over through this without a drone first.
Roomba of their own, and unfortunately that's not really going to give a lot of information. Minimal one player on each side. Little do we know it's about to be a bloodbath if LG decide to push through. They can do that with a well-timed paranoia. They are quite stacked together, bunched up, and playing passive on this A site. So we'll see how LG decide to clear this. A paint shell comes through, another paranoia, a slow orb. They are not letting them push up through this B long side.
And this is so much different from the last time they played each other, of course. LG's gone through a number of evolutions against Sentinels on this map. And you can see how much different it is to this day. A Proto gonna push into the site. No nanostorms just yet, but he does put the alarm bot down on 410. So when that spike does go down, where there is a wall, Baby Bay though doesn't quite find it. They're gonna push again with Marv though, and there's an ult to the backside there. Corey swinging hard, he gets 2.
Oh no. Corey, 3. The boy Dre falls. They're just picking him apart one by one. Deep doesn't even have enough time to get into the flank. It's a flawless for FaZe. How does that fall apart for LG?
It looks so good. The fact they put the wall down, they're almost about to get the spike. But given the orientation of this wall, it's not the one where you're playing much more for that plant. It's more to cut off rotations later on so that they still have space later on in the round, but they don't maintain the control of heaven. That leaves Baby Bay available to take that first peek, dash away, and then swing wide with Marv as backup there. So he takes the risky one, but since he's playing Jet, Tailwind easy, and Marv comes in, the teamwork works out. Complete wipe for FaZe 2, so it's not like LG even got much in the round at all. Just kind of gambled and went for the wall. Back to this side for Corey and the Boombot. And this time they are fighting in A main, so.
This is a very important round for LG. A lot of ultimates available. It's their gun round economy. Stumping Baby Bay pushes up underneath, gets himself in a tight position, and shots will come through the gate, but he's still down low. He's still too quick for LG. They pump fake with that Roomba and allow Baby Bay to get the orb, but then pushes up so close that LG don't anticipate him on such an aggressive angle. And now it's match point for map 1.
It's crazy too, because FaZe has been basically doing the exact same thing every time. Corey with the Boombot over top of the 410 or pipes, whatever you want to call it. And then they once again have a different look. This time Baby Bay pushing down all the way at that gate and swinging wide with it at the same time as Corey peeks over top. Right as LG is coming through because they shoot that Boombot.
Revealing area.
Unpredictable as ever for FaZe. Oh, this is cool. Sage wall inside of the tube. Used for Baby Bay to get a little bit of space, and they don't know where these knives are yet. They expect it to be on that A side, but they're going to push underneath tube at the same time as Baby Bay peeks over with Hunter's Fury as well. The synergy, it's so good. It's so good, and this is going to be them trying to close out the round, but Thief claps back. He has a showstopper now available to take space on this A side, and they're all, or the B side, and they're all the way down mid, so they can clear this up and maybe get the spike down.
So far, that seems to be the plan. The 4v4 still ultimates available for LG. A resurrection if necessary. And a Hunter's Fury as well in the post plant. They don't even bother with the wall. Baby Bay with the spray right onto Moose. And now the spike is in a tough spot. Another comes in for Marv. Another one for Corey. Another one for Raucus. And it's decisive for FaZe. 13-7. A victory over LG. They'll take map number 1.
And they were in control the entire